You may be seated. Please join me in thanking the Thresher Brass Quintet for their rousing processional. Good afternoon, and welcome to this 130th commencement ceremony at Bethel College, Kansas. Whether you are physically present or viewing this event via live stream, thank you for being here today and joining us in this celebration. For your comfort and convenience, today's ceremonies are taking place in historic Memorial Hall, built in 1954. Memorial Hall has hosted many speakers and performing arts events. Most significant among those events was Martin Luther King Jr.'s address on the future of integration in January 1960, commemorated by a plaque in the front lobby. Other notable performing arts events included the Trapp Family Singers, the Vienna Choir Boys, and a 1953 ABC radio broadcast entitled, "What Does Freedom of Speech Mean Today?" Once the center of athletics on campus, Memorial Hall has hosted athletic greats such as Olympian Jesse Owens, NBA star Bill Russell, and Dr. James Naismith, inventor of the game of basketball. And today, it hosts the graduating class of 2023 and all their loved ones. While celebrating the great and the wonderful today, let us not forget the practicalities. The bathrooms in Memorial Hall are down the stairs on either side of the lobby. Men over there and women over there. There are exits on each of the four corners of the building, and the elevator is located on the southwest corner. In the event of inclement weather, please move to the basement of Memorial Hall through the aforementioned exits. Preparing for and hosting commencement is a significant undertaking. I want to express my gratitude for the Commencement Committee that works tirelessly every year to ensure that the focus of today's event is on the students. Those individuals include the following employees, and please hold your applause until I have read all their names. Rosa Barrera, Executive Assistant to the President and Chairperson. Jess Ann Bouchard, Registrar. Chase Dempsey, Multimedia Coordinator, also responsible for today's live streaming. Oscar Gonzalez, Graphic Design Coordinator. Tricia Clark, Executive Director of Institutional Communications and Marketing. Brad Schmidt, Director of Alumni Relations. Damon Clausen, Director of Media Services, and Mishanya Wren Coleman, Vice President for Student Life. Adam Akers, Director of Facilities. Shirley Dietzel, Thresher Shop Manager, and Michael Underoop, Campus Pastor. Those employees were joined this year by Senior Class Representative Tanner Wallace. Let's thank them and their staff and student employees for planning this event. We are thrilled to be celebrating the achievements of the 99 soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2023 who are seated before you. Among the graduates, you will find tomorrow's change makers, advocates, influencers, leaders, writers, founders, dreamers, makers, caretakers, and scholars. They are critical thinkers who have risen to high standards and expectations that we establish here at Bethel College. They are confident in their faith. They are capable of transformative dialogue. They think creatively and consciously about others who are near them and those living at a distance. And every one of them has succeeded through a pandemic. They are persistent, courageous, and focused. They understand the obligations of living and working in a community. I am proud of them, and I hope you are too. I now invite one of those remarkable students, Rachel Doerr, to approach the podium and bring the invocation for today's commencement ceremony. Rachel is a student chaplain, a member of the Thresher softball team, and a candidate for a Bachelor of Science degree in Health and Physical Education. She is from Chapman, Kansas.
If you would all bow your heads and pray with me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for everybody in this room today for being here, and we pray for those who are not able to be here. Thank you for the safe travels of everybody who is in this room. Thank you for this day filled with family and friends to celebrate with us and those who have helped to make this ceremony happen. Bethel has provided us and for helping all of us throughout this educational journey. I pray that you continue to bless and keep us all throughout the new adventures we have coming all of our ways. For some, these past years have gone by fast. For others, slowly. Regardless, our time has come to finally graduate and begin our new paths. Surround us today with your grace, love, and hope for our futures, and we move into our futures with eager and open hearts. Amen.
Thank you, Rachel. I now invite Dr. Bob Milliman, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the Faculty, to the podium to provide the Dean's welcome and present the Ralph P. Schrag Teaching Award. Dr. Milliman.
Welcome on behalf of the faculty of Bethel College to this graduating commencement ceremony for the class of 2023. The Ralph P. Schrag Distinguished Teaching Award recognizes a Bethel faculty member who has made an outstanding contribution to teaching. In presenting this award at commencement, we affirm the importance that Bethel College places on excellent teaching by our faculty and meaningful learning by our students. It is an honor to present the 2023 Ralph P. Schrag Distinguished Teaching Award to Dr. Jennifer Chappell-Deckard, Associate Professor of Social Work and Program Director. Please join me in congratulating Jennifer while she makes her way to the platform. Associate Professor Chappell-Deckard earned her doctorate from the University of Kansas School of Social Welfare, where she studied migration and social inclusion. She also has a graduate certificate in women, gender, and sexuality studies. Her research interests include global social work, mental health, migration, social work theory, anti-oppressive practice, and human rights. She earned a BA in Peace Studies and International Development from Bethel College, and a Master of Social Work from the University of Michigan. Jennifer is an excellent teacher. For example, she conducts classroom sessions systematically with explicit goals to which she constantly refers back. Lectures are peppered by numerous interactions with students through questions and other forms of engagement, such as small group work. Jennifer is poised, pleasant, and provides a sound picture of expectations. In addition, a major portion of Dr. Chappell-Deckard's responsibilities revolve around her role as the director of the social work program. Student comments and course evaluations reflect their perspectives of classroom instruction. One stated, "Jen is an amazing professor. I really do enjoy the activities that she incorporates in class. They are meaningful to me." Another student stated, "I hope class stays the same way for the future generations." And a third student enthusiastically advertises the Introduction to Social Work course through their words, "I enjoyed this class and I believe that it should be mandatory for all grades because they can learn a lot no matter what their major is." Bethel College is fortunate to have such a passionate instructor who not only cares about the course content that she is teaching, but also the health and welfare of her students. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Mark Jansen, Professor of History, has been selected as this year's commencement speaker through a voting process carried out by the senior class of 2023. Professor Jansen is a native of Beatrice, Nebraska, and graduated from Bethel College in 1985 with a Bachelor of Arts with majors in German and math and an emphasis in computer science. Following graduation from Bethel in 1985, Jansen worked for 3 years as a computer programmer before taking a volunteer assignment with Mennonite Central Committee in what was then East Germany. His primary responsibility was to study Protestant history at Humboldt University in East Berlin, while also being involved in the youth and visitation ministries of the Mennonite Church in East Germany. Jansen lived in Germany from 1988 to 91. Meaning he was there for the historic event that resulted in a unified Germany, the fall of the Berlin Wall on November 9th, 1989. From 1993 to 1996, Jansen and his wife, Alice Hartman Jansen, served in former Yugoslavia as a regional coordinator, development consultant, and public relations officer for Bread of Life, a local relief agency. Shortly after that service experience, he began his doctoral studies at the University of Notre Dame. While working on his doctorate, Jansen was a graduate instructor in 20th century German history, as well as an adjunct instructor of history at Goshen College in Indiana. Jansen began teaching European and Mennonite history at Bethel in 2001, earned his PhD in history from Notre Dame in 2002, and was promoted to full professor in 2012. Jansen is the author of numerous articles and book chapters, and among his book-length publications are European Mennonites in the Holocaust, co-edited with Bethel College Director of Libraries John Thiessen in 2020, Mennonite German Soldiers, Nation, Religion, and Family in the Prussian East, 1772 to 1880, published in 2010, and The Wrong Side of the Wall, An American in East Berlin During the Peaceful Revolution, published in 1993. Professor Jansen and his wife Alice live in Newton, where they are active members of Faith Mennonite Church and parents to 3 children. Please help me welcome to the podium Professor Jansen to give the 2023 commencement address entitled, "This is a Historical Event."
Graduates, family of graduates, Bethel and wider community members, welcome to this historical day. What makes this 130th commencement of Bethel College, or really anything else for that matter, a historical event? Some who have seen the title of my address have asked if today is historic because of the shock of one or the other graduate actually making it. I hasten to assure you that is not the case. Rather, we know we are at a historical event because of how similar events have been celebrated and remembered in the past. Commemorative events, such as our commencement, take on a historical meaning because of the confluence of 3 aspects, all of which we know to be present here today. These 3 facets are, first, individuals deemed worthy of recognition. Second, a community that gathers at a time and place set apart from daily life to commemorate these students. And third, a set of shared values that have created this community. I invite you to imagine shimmering in the air in front of us invisible threads that connect our graduates, our community, and our values. To start with our graduates, what shared experiences have forged relationships amongst yourselves that set you apart as the Bethel graduating class of 2023? What connecting strands between you students was woven in classes, in labs, study sessions, or as seminar presentations were given and received? I see additional connections here that were created on the shared playing field, in the training and weight room, on the court, in the performance venue, in the dorms. These unseen links are nonetheless so real. Now, in your imagination, add the sinews that tie you as a class to us as a community. Include relationships with younger students that you have led and mentored, the lecture or lab that unlocked for you a deep insight into your academic field, the advising session that charted a next step for you or took an important personal turn, the coach and the staff person who inspired and challenged you, who celebrated with you and helped you through depression or relationship struggles or other tough spots. Add now the heartstrings to family who cheered you on, who sacrificed for you to be here, checked in on you, quarantined with you. Loop in the wider community that attended your events, provided you with employment, internships, or clinicals where you tested your learning against workplace reality. What a colossal and magnificent web you have cast during your time here at Bethel. Is that not historic? Think now how that web is hung on the vision that guides the college, that aspires to make true the claim that we will graduate students who increase human flourishing in society by owning and enacting their faith, demonstrating compassion for the powerless, engaging in critical thought, and bringing value to the marketplace. Is that amongst the things we have done here over the last few years? The future and the decisions you make from here on out will have to answer that question. But I want to invite you now to take that net of connections in your mind's eye and cast it with me back to the past. How does our historical event today align with times gone by in terms of individuals, community, and values? The ancient ones knew the practice of selecting and honoring individuals, generally in rituals that had connections to their religious values. In the Mediterranean basin, both the ancient Egyptians and the Hittites celebrated the prowess of hunters, wrestlers, and runners. Later, the Greeks awarded a simple wreath of olive leaves to the victors at the Olympic Games, while the winning playwrights in Athens' Dionysian contests for best tragedies were reportedly awarded a goat. Today, your reward is a bachelor's diploma given for intellectual prowess, not physical achievement. So perhaps we are closer to the goat than the olive branch. What the ancients would have most clearly understood in today's ceremony is our connection to God, with an arrival that coincided with the invocation of God's presence, and departing soon that will follow the benediction of God's blessings. We are connected in our celebration today to the origins of human society. We know this historical event matches a portion of the pattern handed down to us across time and space. Moving from the ancients to the modern and from the Mediterranean to the prairies, the spelling bee is a supremely American and democratic version of awarding individual academic talent. Benjamin Franklin called for its inclusion in schools already in 1750. Mark Twain's Tom Sawyer mentioned spelling fights as part of the public program at the end of the school year. What made spelling bees so popular here? It might be because the English language derives from a strange concoction of words with both Latin and Germanic origins, along with borrowings from everywhere under the sun, making it frustratingly difficult to spell its words correctly. As some of you know, I am still waiting for a whiteboard that has a spell check feature. Most importantly, while the British relied on proper pronunciation of words to distinguish the educated and the privileged from the great unwashed masses, Americans relied on proper spelling. Do you spell the word naval, as in a naval battle between two warships, with two A's? I think so. What image of naval combat do you get if you spell it N-A-V-E-L? That delightful typo was not from your class. But free advice, spell check can only save you if you pay attention. In any case, you are here today because you have mastered skills of writing and thinking far beyond spelling, and as distinguished individuals, you have demonstrated by arduous achievements, think seminar projects, clinicals, and internships, that you are set apart from the crowd and deserving of your place in history. So far, the historical analogies we have looked at have featured individual honors awarded for winning competitions. But that's not exactly what we are doing here today. You are being honored for achievements made individually, but measured against a set of common standards, the attainment of which will in turn benefit both you as individuals and collectively all of us as your community. Your success today is personal and hard-won, but we all know you could have never done it alone. None of us could. Our success in education depends on that web of connections that you have made visible in your mind's eye. Let's take that web and turn back to the history of academic communities, where we will find closer connections to today's historical. We check in with the medieval universities of Europe, we will also find some explanation for our entertaining robes and hats. Bachelor titles were granted already in the 13th century for those who had finished the basic course of liberal arts studies. That qualified them to go on to the faculties of theology, law, or medicine. Since medieval students were considered members of a guild, that is, a medieval association of artisans, like the proverbial butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers, their attire, or robes, marked their membership in the academic guild. These robes were modeled on the attire of monks living in monastic communities from whence universities grew, and they marked students as separate from the vast majority of young people who received no formal education. To this day, the colorings and markings on faculty robes give clues to our areas of study, academic degrees, just as your robes mark you as bachelor students. Over time, as bachelor degrees came to mark the end of a course of study in a particular field, the expectation of students came to match those of apprentices in the various trades. Once the apprenticeship was finished, you were released from your contract to roam the countryside, plying your trade. This is the status you will attain at the end of today's ceremony. You will become journeymen. It's an old-fashioned word. Think of yourselves as independent artisans. You are artisanal nurses, teachers, social workers, business people, artists, writers, designers, all set free after completing the course of study in the liberal arts. That foundation gives you both the tools to work creatively in employment and the discernment to use those skills in order to serve the community that gave you birth, that nurtured you to this day, that gathered you here to celebrate your achievements, and that awaits you out in the world, wherever you might settle and create new ties of connection, invisible and real. Some of you might go on in your studies, someday attaining the title of master or doctor in your field. which would in turn grant you permission to take on your own apprentices for training. You might return to Bethel to teach, as I and some others in the faculty have, released by this community for a time into the world before taking your place back here. The vast majority of you will serve elsewhere, returning perhaps to a hometown as a newly minted professional committed to compassion for the less fortunate, as a voice of critical thinking in a cacophony of unreason, as an advocate for your own faith and of creating space for the faith of others. In time, you will take up your role as caregiver for children, parents, neighbors, patients, students, our fellow humans. We might strive alone, but we are always in community, and that community is created and sustained by common values. You go forth now, having experienced the Bethel values that bound you as a graduating class to each other and to this community. Let us first think about the history of these values before we contemplate their future. One important value of the college, maintaining high standards of excellence in performance and behavior, was found to be so important that it was the key feature of the earliest Bethel commencements. Seniors' orations were the main public event, where they gave speeches to demonstrate what they had learned to the public for the audience to enjoy and critique. That might be a bit like moving your oral exams into this ceremony. Not until 1912, 111 years ago, did Bethel have their first commencement speaker, Noah Byers, the president of Goshen College in Indiana. This preference for a commencement speaker over a program of senior speeches has oddly persisted ever since. That preference for a commencement speaker had something to do with another innovation in 1912, and the cause for bringing the first speaker, which was the awarding of Bethel's first bachelor's degrees. Before that, like many other colleges in the day, we were mostly a high school. There were 6 bachelor students in that first class, wearing the same style of robes and caps as you have today. Another important Bethel value is encoded on your bachelor's diploma. When you look at it later today, you might note the seal of the college, which is embossed there. One element of the seal is a reference to a Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 3:11, which reads, "For no one can lay any foundation other than the one already laid, which is Jesus Christ." This verse was the text as well on October 12, 1888, for the dedicatory sermon when the cornerstone was laid for our ad building. You might take one last look at that cornerstone, which is in the southeast corner of the ad building, before you leave campus today for the last time in your collegiate career. Reaching further back in time, this verse became connected to the college because it was the favorite verse of a 16th century Anabaptist reformer in the Netherlands named Menno Simons, whose followers were called Mennonites. Centuries later, after sojourns in Poland and Ukraine, some in this group ended up here in Kansas and founded Bethel College. So now your web of connections, perhaps unbeknownst to you, stretches back to Eastern Europe, where war rages today, to the Reformation in Western Europe, and ultimately to the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. This verse and this Bethel motto also address the perennial human challenge of finding and naming a foundation for life that reaches beyond ourselves to something worthy and true. This question of what is truth, as you know from reading the Gospel of John and basic issues of faith and life this year as seniors, haunted the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate, when he confronted Jesus, and it remains at the very center of debates in our society today. What will happen to these Bethel values of foundational truth when you leave this place. When this day draws to a close, I hope you have occasion to reflect on the web of connections that will, in part, dissolve behind you forever. Have you learned to hold the paradox together? The truth is simple and straightforward. It is the path that leads to human flourishing. The truth is complex and unknowable, but worth pursuing in dialogue, in discernment, and in community. We mark this day as a historical event because you are worthy individuals who have been a foundational part of our community, and you are now released to transplant Bethel values into a waiting and needy world. As history turns at this very hour on this day, go forth with the blessings of God. Let the journey now commence.
Thank you, Dr. Jansen, for your fine address on this historical occasion. It is now my privilege to present this graduating class for the conferral of their degrees. But before doing that, I will give a brief description of the class. 40 of the graduates are from Kansas, 22 are from Texas, 10 from Oklahoma, 7 from California, 3 from Florida, 2 from Colorado and Oregon, and 1 from each of the states of Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Iowa, Montana, New Jersey, and New York. 2 students are from the country Chile, and 1 student from Brazil, and another from Ghana. 6% of our graduates are 25 years of age or older. The eldest is 37, and the 3 youngest graduates are 20. According to our survey of graduates' plans for after college, 17% of the members of this class plan to work in the medical field. 12% will be entering positions in business-related fields. 15% plan careers in education. 7% plan to work as a social worker or therapist. 10% are seeking work in a sports-related field. 5% plan to work in the field of biology. 1 student plans to be employed with the government, and another plans to work in the political field. 1 student has plans for a career in farming, and 1 student has plans to be a radio technician. 3 students have marriage plans between June and December of 2023. 48% of the seniors responding to the survey have plans to enter graduate school programs next year or plan to apply to such programs within the next 5 years. These brief, limited statistics provide only a glimpse of the character of this graduating class. Many of these students have made significant contributions to this campus for which they have already been recognized. Bethel College has benefited from each of these students' dreams and endeavors, and we are proud of them all. President Gehring, on behalf of the faculty at Bethel College, I present to you the class of 2023 for the conferral of their degrees.
Thank you, Vice President Milliman. Graduates, in a moment we will ask each of you to come forward to receive your diploma, a symbol of your academic achievement. Dr. Christine Kraus-Dick, Professor of Communication Arts, will call each of your names. Before we invite you to come forward, it is important to pause and recognize the network of people, part of the web of connections, who have helped you arrive at this moment. The faculty and staff of this college have provided teaching, advice, mentorship, and guidance to you during your time here. In a high calling and demanding profession, they've done their best for you. They have challenged you, prayed for you, advocated for you, all with the hopes that you would arrive here today ready to walk across the stage and receive your diploma. Faculty and staff, would you please stand and accept the appreciation and gratitude of the graduates and their loved ones. Finally, graduates, there is a group of people who walked every step of your degree journey with you. They supported you during the low moments and celebrated with you during the high moments. They have been there unconditionally for you, and I know they mean the world to you. They are your heartstring connections. Would the parents, guardians, grandparents, siblings, extended family members, friends, and other loved ones please stand so our graduates can show you how much they love you and appreciate your support. And as if today wasn't special enough, let's take a moment to recognize and honor the mothers, both deceased and living, who make this day special. Moms, happy Mother's Day. Please stand and be recognized. Now, with everybody thanked, I invite the graduating class of 2023 to rise. Audience members, let's continue the enthusiasm, shall we? As each graduate walks across the stage, please heartily applaud each of them. Make noise. Yell out their names. Congratulate them. They deserve it. Seniors, each of you has completed academic work at Bethel College and has met the requirements for graduation. Consequently, it is now my duty and privilege, by the authority vested in me by the Bethel College Board of Directors and the state of Kansas, and upon the recommendation of our distinguished faculty, to confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Science in Nursing. The first row of graduates may now come forward. The rest of you may be seated until the junior marshals indicate that it is your time to move toward the stage.
Elizabeth Louise Alderfer. Braden Eric Barber. Brittany Michelle Byer. Kyle David Belvin. Avery Diana Blank. Jack Hanson Bryce. Sydney Sarah Brown. Conlon Monroe Brueggemann. Clifford Andrew Bird II. Catherine Jewel Carter. Arissa Caitlin Cervantes. Dominique Christian Copeland. Kaylin J. Corley. Taylor Paige Dashney. Logan Christopher DeMond. Alexandria L. Diaz. Isabella Grace Diaz. Tyler Joseph Dobbs. Helena Madine Driscoll. Cade Austin Dudley. Rachel Nicole Dewar. Abigail Nicole Edson. Isaac Mario Richie Enriquez. Brian James Firebaugh. Tavon Khalil Flowers. Sebastian Rafael Formento. Jared Charles Foster. Justin Ray Foster. Braden Thomas Francis. Brianna Marie Galindo. Rachel Elizabeth Geyer. Josiah Grant Godsey. Cristobal Ignacio Goldberg. Ariana Arlene Gomez. Elizabeth Gonzalez. Dagan Dwayne Goodner. Aubrey Joe Graham. Ryan Clayton Gregg. Kevin Hampton. Mackenzie Joe Harkins. John Howard Henson. Alma Alejandra Ibarra. Ryan W. A. Keith Junkermeyer. Shanti Mae Kaufman. Zachary Lee Cannell. Caitlin Elizabeth Marie Keogh. Dalen Lee Kistner. Cheyenne Brianna Lyle. Troy Alexandria Lucas. Elizabeth Lumbreras. Jordan Carissa Lyons. Arthur Jason Maurer. Christina Marie Marr. Keegan Wade Martin. JC Drew Mastry. Alejandra Martinez Mata. Stephanie Ruth Meyer. Cade Allen Miller. Bryant Jean Maccabee. Jared Ward Maccabee. Nicole Mott. Olivia Danae Nava. Louis William Palmer. Jasmine Danelle Peach. Amani Peoples. Lindsay Daylin Fahnensteel. Katie Marie Ponce. Corellis Porras. Austin Tyler Price. Annalisa Renee Ransinger. Ayana Christine Reed. Jaslyn Alexis Reese. Brianna Renee Reeves. Bethany Grace Regier. Seth Isaac Rudine. Juliana Gearing Schrog. Jessica Susan Schumann. Chance J. Scurry. Reginald L. Smith, Jr. Sydney Nicole Smith. Carly Nicole Stevens. Capri Colette Stevenson Bysum. Antoine Jamal Thompson. Sergio T. Torres. Vanessa Torres. Vicente Trejo. Eric Ume. Melinda Ann Vargas. Tanner James Wallace. Seth Wayne Weatherby. Allison Kate Weaver. Sanae Alexandra Wiley. Katie Michelle Wilhelm. Julie Lynn Wilhite. Philip Ross Williams. Bryce Todd Wilson.
Ooh, that was lots of fun, wasn't it? Graduates, would you please stand again? You have now received your degrees. In just a moment, I will ask you to move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left, aligning it over your heart. This is a symbolic gesture of a change in category from student to college graduate. It also signifies a love of learning that I hope you carry throughout your life. It signifies a love for the institution, now your alma mater. I hope you will find ways to support Bethel College in the future. It also signifies love for humanity and a commitment to others. Although the degree is in your name and of private benefit to you, remember that a high ideal for education is that we use our knowledge and skills to improve the public good. Finally, as you move your tassel, remember this. You have earned a special status and distinction that is yours into perpetuity, regardless of your health, your wealth, or your occupation. At this time, I invite you to move your tassel over your heart and remain standing so that we can congratulate you. Graduates, you may be seated. To welcome you to the Bethel College Alumni Association, I now invite Michelle Clausen to the podium. Michelle is a 2014 graduate of Bethel College with a degree in chemistry and a master's from Wichita State University in a physician's associate MPA. She is also an Alumni Council representative. Please help me welcome Michelle.
Congratulations, graduates. Today is finally here. After years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance, you have earned your Bethel College degree. On behalf of the Bethel College Alumni Association, I commend you for reaching this important milestone. As you prepare to embark on the next chapter of your life, please know that you are not alone. You are now one of more than 11,000 outstanding Bethel College alumni worldwide. You can expect the Alumni Office, the Alumni Association, and other alumni to reach out from time to time. I encourage you to reach back. We want to know what you are doing and share in your victories and challenges of your life journey. So with all of that, congratulations. Enjoy today. It's a tremendous day to be a Thresher. And roll on.
Thank you, Michelle. What a tremendous day. On one hand, today is a conclusion. You have gone the distance, graduates. You are done here at Bethel College. No more meals in the caf, no more studying in the library, no more Memorial Hall chimes to ring in the morning. There's not a biffle oral final to study for. You don't have to wake up tomorrow for practice or to go to concert choir, collect data for a psychology research project, write an essay, practice your instrument, feed the zebrafish, or fine-tune your skills on virtual reality in the nursing lab. Tomorrow won't be your day to clean up the mod, pay tuition, or meet another deadline. But today is also the beginning. Indeed, the word commencement comes from the French language and translates as to come into existence, or to begin or start. Tomorrow and every day hereafter, you will face the question of what to do and how to act as you venture into the unknown. It's my sincere hope that your education at Bethel College will help you answer that question. May the values of honesty and integrity guide your actions, and the power of critical thinking give you perspective. May you always act with compassion and a disposition of serving others. And whether you're experiencing those clear blue mornings or long dark nights, remember your credo and think often of the words on the Bethel College seal: faith, hope, and charity, or love. Now, I would like to invite Sydney Brown to the podium to lead us in our closing prayer. Sydney is a student chaplain, a member of the Thresher women's soccer team, and a recent 2023 graduate of Bethel College with her Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. She is from Keller, Texas.
Please bow your heads and pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us here today to celebrate Bethel College graduating class of 2023. Today we get to celebrate years of work filled with challenges and triumphs, losses and laughter, friendships and growth. Lord, thank you for watching over us on this journey safely, getting us to this day. We also thank you for the gift of family, friends, professors, and coaches that have also walked through this journey with us, for the ways they have loved, supported, encouraged, challenged, and guided us to this day. Finally, for the graduates, I ask for your almighty hand to be upon us as we go forward into this next chapter of life. Let us feel your presence wherever we go, taking what we have learned from this place into the world. As we hold the experience we've had near to our hearts, let us continue to strive towards excellence in everything we do. Lord, keep us on the right track and have us shy away from anything that is going to take us away from you. Give us opportunities that only you can open the door to. Give us confidence to not be afraid of what life has to bring us. Continue to bless all of our lives as we follow our dreams, stay true to ourselves, use our gifts wisely, and walk readily into the futures ahead of us with great power, faith, and love. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Sydney. If you'll all please rise now. In just a moment, the Thresher Brass Quintet will begin playing the Recessional, and we, the platform party, will file out of Memorial Hall, followed by faculty, and finally, our graduates. We'll process into Thresher Gymnasium to avoid the rain outside. Please join your graduate and the campus community wherever you're most comfortable, in the gym, on the green, or in one of the buildings. That decision is up to you, but please remain standing until the last graduate and faculty member have left. Thank you for being here today, and one more round of applause for our graduates.